If you're watching this, it means I should have died, but I'm living to tell my story. Here's what happened. For those of you who are just tuning in, I've dedicated my life to creating content and advocating for you and parents and the children of the school districts across our nation. Over the last 4 to 6 months, I have been dealing with multiple health issues, family issues, and personal issues that I want to share with you today. Long story short, for those of you that want to scroll, I have been diagnosed with gastric cancer that I'm currently fighting and hopefully will overcome over the next few months. We are still currently waiting to confirm my staging. Right now, it is a preemptive stage 2, potentially stage 3. And that journey has not come with just an isolated incident of trauma. I have been admitted into the hospital, into the emergency room, rushed via ambulance in order to save my life multiple times. I have not spoken about this because it has been the hardest journey I've ever faced in my life. After being diagnosed, just a mere 5 weeks later, I lost my companion, my life partner of 8 years, my dog, London. For many that don't have fur babies, mine was the safe haven for so many things that I've endured over the years. Being by my side, being there for me, and now he's gone. London has been in my heart for the last 2 weeks since his passing, but I can't even mourn the death of my son. Because just a few days ago, my mother suffered multiple brain bleeds and wasn't able to overcome those injuries. We are in the process of laying my mother to rest, and I'm fighting all these battles, and I haven't let any of you know, and I apologize. And I want to tell you now what happened to me, because I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to live behind this trauma and this pain. I have to let it out the best way that I know how. And that's by doing this. My boyfriend and I went to Vegas for our first vacation. And this was a moment that was supposed to be shared between us. We had amazing dinner plans, excursions, and so many possibilities when we went. I got an emergency phone call our first morning there from my doctor, and it went to voicemail.
Hello, Frank. Good afternoon. This is a call from doctor's office. Could you please call us back to the phone number you to call us back urgently? It's concerning your lab results.
I looked at my boyfriend and I said, we have to go to the room. There is something really wrong with me. This is after my heart felt like it was failing. My blood pressure was unstable. And at the time, I did not know this, but I lost 80 to 85% of my blood. I collapsed from breakfast to our hotel room and could no longer walk. I was driven to an off-site emergency room where they ambulanced me to the main hospital. This is where my hemoglobin, which carries oxygen to all of your organs, was revealed to be at a 2.4. That means none of my organs, my brain, my heart, or my extremities, muscles, any part of my body was getting sufficient oxygen to sustain itself. There is no doubt in my mind, or any medical professional's mind, that I should have died there. And I didn't. I did not die, not because of medicine, not because of doctors, but because God wasn't ready for me to. Since then, I have been in the ER countless times. So many procedures, biopsies, and finding out in the hallway of an emergency room on a bed that I had cancer. My entire world changed from that moment. And I have been constantly dealing with appointments, doctors, blood transfusions, iron infusions, and now chemotherapy. To save my life, within 24 hours I received 6 blood transfusions and stood in ICU for 4 days. They were able to put a scope down my stomach and see a growth the size of a lemon. This growth, thankfully, has not metastasized outside into my stomach cavity, which I just found out. So it gives me the fighting chance that I deserve. And so I am fighting this in the best way possible. My dog leaving me was what I thought was the worst day of my life. Finding out that I had cancer was a walk in the park. Blood transfusions, possible intubations, throwing up countless amounts of blood, and almost dying 3 times. Didn't matter when I lost London. The one thing that I thought would be by my side every moment, every tear, and he's gone. I thought that was the worst day of my life. 8 days later, I find out my mother has been admitted into the hospital. My mom never left. We did everything possible to save my mother. My mama, the person who pushed me to do everything you've ever seen me achieve. The woman who was my biggest fan is not here. My champion. The unconditional love is now surrounded in spirit. I can't begin to tell you how hard this is. Sorry, I had to collect myself. I didn't tell you guys because of the trauma that I haven't even been able to breathe from. The stress I haven't even been able to process. But I am not done. I have so much fight in me. Not just for me, for my mom, and for all of you. I've spent my whole life in darkness and sadness, not knowing who I was supposed to be, suffering depression, anxiety, not even being able to go into Walmart because of what I was battling with inside. But because of all of you and your support, your love over the last 5 years, I've been able to accomplish so much. And I did not want you guys to remember me like this. I did not want you guys to see me like this. I wanted you to remember me as the man that would champion for you, stand up to opposition, create bridges, and not be scared to speak his mind. But I owe it to my mother to shout it from the rooftops that this was only possible because of her. At its core. I don't know what else to tell you other than the grace of God that I'm still here. And I don't know what the future will hold for me, what it will look like for me, or how hard this battle is going to get. But what I do know is I want my legacy to be these accomplishments. From a man who built organizations like Gays Against Groomers Foundation, giving it the heartbeat that it deserves today. Someone who has traveled this country advocating from Hawaii to Florida for your rights, your protection, and for what you believe in. The man that stood in front of hundreds and said, "You're wrong." Who took on government officials from the state, federal, and local levels across this country. Because I care about every single one of you. I cared because I saw the pain and the hurt from parents and children of what was being inflicted on them. And I never, ever wavered with threats of violence, following me home, and even trying to throw me in jail. I never gave up on you, and I won't. I won't. I promise you, I won't. Until the day I die, I will fight for you. It just might look a little differently. I want you guys to know how much I care about all of you. I may not know your name, where you live, or anything about you. But the fact that you're watching this video and you care about me, my heart will always care about you. I will get into the details, maybe in a future video. I want to talk about my testimony with the Lord and my walk with Jesus and how He has saved me. To my friends, my family, my loved ones, community members, advocates, colleagues, I'm sorry that I've been gone for a few months. I just didn't have it in me. But after losing my mom, she left me a letter that I want to read to you guys. Because I can't stop fighting, no matter how hard this gets. After my mom passed, we found letters to all her kids. And this was mine. To my loving son. I was so blessed that God let me be your mom. My son, you will always be my baby. Don't care if you are 1 or 50 years old. You'll always be my baby boy. It would break my heart. I would break my heart to always try and make yours whole. Nothing is more important than you. I hope you know that. I want you to always believe in yourself. Never give up on your dreams, baby. 'Cause you've come so far. And look what you have done in a short time. Wow. I can see you on all the channels. And the great smart man that you are. I'm your biggest fan. Mom. Love you always. I promise you, Mom, I will never give up on my dreams. And I want you to know that this video wouldn't be possible, because I was never going to say anything. I was just going to let it happen. Thank you, Mom, for everything you have ever done for me. While this pain will never go away, and I'll never be the same person again, what will always stay true is how much I know you loved me.